Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy, and today we're going to unbox a 3 3/4 inch Black Series. This is Captain Cassian Andor from Rogue One. So let's go cut this guy loose. Alright everybody, here we are today with a 3 3/4 inch Black Series. This is Captain Cassian Andor from Rogue One. And we're going to unbox this guy today. And before we get that far, I just want to go ahead and spin the packaging around, let you guys take a look at it. And of course we have the character description on the back here, and I'll go ahead and read that for you guys. Captain Cassian Andor, an accomplished Alliance intelligence officer, Captain Cassian Andor commands respect from his rebel troops with his ability to keep a cool head under fire and complete his mission with minimal resources. All right. So, I'm sure as most of you know, this was one of the main characters in Rogue One. Or probably, yeah, one of the main characters. Him and Jen Erso were what I would say were the leads. But let's get him out of here and check this guy out. And so, one of the things I'm noticing right off the bat here is the blaster rifle that he comes with. So, we'll check it out here a little bit closer. Let's get the figure out of here. But one of the things that's interesting about his blaster is how it assembles and disassembles, and we'll go through that here in a second, guys. But here he is, and it's a very nice looking figures. Big fan of these Black Series, and one of the main reasons that I like them so much is the amount of attention they pay to detail, and you can see how detailed this figure is. And also, you have little features like the holster here. I'm a big fan of working holsters on figures. So, but here he is, and we're going to run through his movements real quick here. But one of the things I'm really admiring about this figure right off is the face sculpt. It looks very much like the actor who played him, and I apologize, I don't remember it off the top of my head. But let's run through his movements here. So, looking at his head, you have full rotation, little up and down wiggle. Then looking at his arms here, you have an up and down movement, a full rotation at the shoulder. Also at the elbow, you should have a full rotation and up and down. And same thing at his wrist, you have a rotation and up and down movement as well. And then down here at his legs, you have a rotation where it's attached to the hip, and then there's another point of articulation you can see right here where he rotates basically 2 points at his hips there, then down to his knee, and I'm trying to get his leg to go back and forth. It's not really wanting to, but it should. Okay, so you have movement like this, where he can like move his leg side to side, but it should also, I guess that's what the rotation's for. But it doesn't really feel like he has back and forward movement. But he should. So, alright. Anyway, he's got a lot of articulation up here at his hips. And then coming down to his knee here, you have, of course, a forward and backward movement and a rotation. And it should be the same thing at his ankle. You have a rotation and an up and down movement. Okay. And I'm looking at this holster too, and one thing I'm seeing, if you look at it's not molded to the figure, it is loose on the figure. You can see how it moves a little bit. But it does feel like I don't see any way to remove it, but it does feel like the actual holster is glued to his leg right here. And if you look, the strap for the leg strap for the holster, that is molded to the character, but the rest of the holster is not. It feels like it's glued on about right here. So, and it appears to be the same thing with his jacket. I don't think it's glued on, but if you look at his jacket, you'll see that it's flexible and you can move it and everything. And I see a point of articulation we missed here, which is actually in his midsection. You can see he's got full rotation and a little bit of up and down wiggle or back and forth. But With the jacket, what you have is the part over his body is loose, and you can see there's flexibility to it. But then when you look at his arms, the sleeve of the jacket is actually molded to his arms, so the jacket is not removable. And I'm sure if you wanted to force it, you could probably remove what would be the vest part of the jacket. Yeah, you can see I'm able to get it off, but you can see it's not going to look right because the arms of the jacket are going to stay on, and the vest part's going to come off. So obviously not meant to come off. And then real quick, I want to see, will he stand on his own? Very good. And then the other thing I want to pay attention to real quick here, guys, is oops, I'm trying to get them close together, is the actual hand sculpts. And so you can see how there's a slight difference in them. Here he has like a basic general, open fist, and then here you can see it's an open fist, and he actually has the trigger finger out, and that is so he should be able to interact with the blaster he came with. So let's check that out. And so if you're familiar with Rogue One, this is the blaster he carried through the movie, and we're going to pop all the pieces out here. And you had to kind of pay close attention in the movie. You might be wondering, why is this blaster in a bunch of pieces? And what it is, and they didn't really make a point to stress this in the movie, but if you paid attention in the movie, he was, in certain points, like when they landed on the planet, and I think it was Edu, if I remember correctly, where Jen Erso's father was, where they tried to assassinate / save him. You saw him kind of, while he was in the U-Wing, fiddling with his rifle, and what he was doing was, sometimes you would see him and he was carrying a pistol, but then when they were on that planet with Jen Erso's father, he had a long rifle. And what it is, and you actually hear, the only real reference they make to it in the movie is you'll hear K2SO say something about, his rifle was in the sniper configuration, and that's what he was doing when he was putting it together. His gun is one of these multi-piece guns that can assemble and disassemble, and so I guess this is what you would call the sniper configuration, what K2SO was talking about, and what they used on E2. And you can see the gun comes in 3 little pieces, separate pieces, and then you can snap them all together to make a long rifle, or you can make a rifle, you can remove the back piece and just have more like a compact rifle. And then again, you can take the barrel part off, and then you have just a pistol. And so in some parts of the movie, this is what you saw him wearing. I'm trying to get it to light so you can see it a little bit better here. There we go. And so this would be the standard pistol that he that he carried through a good chunk of the movie. And then here, just looking to see, and this is the part that you're going to want to put in the holster. And you can actually see there's a little hole at the bottom of the holster where the barrel is supposed to pop out. And let's see how that works here. Okay, so there you go. Very cool. Fits very well. Looks really good. And it's not coming out. It's in there nice and tight. And so then let's see how he interacts with this thing. And we're going to start off by putting it in the trigger finger hand. And one of my... I'm having a little trouble getting the finger to line up with that. There we go. You got to work with it a little bit, but you will be able to get the trigger finger in the actual blaster, and there you can see it. And that's one of my favorite features of these Black Series figures, is the amount of detail, attention they pay to detail. And you can see little things like how they put a trigger finger on that actually goes into the trigger guard of the gun. So very cool. And then, so you have multiple configurations for the gun, as K2SO told us, but you can see the barrel, there's nothing to it. There's no design on it or anything. It's just like a little peg, and the reason for that is it's going to slide right into this part. This is the longer barrel that he comes with, and there you can see the little hole where they're going to mate up with the main part of the gun. And so you just slide it on there, and there you go. It snaps together, and then he has a longer rifle. And then if you want to go all the way, you can see on the back of the gun here, if I get him to hold it up, you can see there's a little peg sticking out the back where the stock goes. And it's the same thing. There's just a little, it's a rectangular shaped peg. And then if you can see in the accessory, there you go. You can see there's a little like rectangular shaped slot. So all you're going to do is mate them up and you are in sniper configuration. But that is why his gun comes in different... Oops, it's coming apart on me here. The stock isn't really staying on all that well. You gotta kind of push it on there. But I thought that was really something, you know... Oops, still coming off on me there. That's not cool. But I thought that was something that maybe they could have spent a little more time explaining in Rogue One how he has this fancy rifle that does these, has different modes and stuff like that. I thought that was a pretty cool feature in the movie. But so you can see this is the hand that is meant to hold the gun, but just out of curiosity, I'm kind of wondering, can we... I'm going to go ahead and pull the stock off here because it keeps wanting to fall off on me. See if he can hold it in both hands here. And so you can get him to hold it in both hands, which is cool. So, but you can see you don't get the nice little trigger finger function, so you can see the difference in what I'm talking about. But there you go, guys. All right. And just, yeah, I just want to show you guys that real quick. What a... Maybe, you know, I just have a poorly molded one or one that didn't come out right, but you can see the barrel part on this one, it's staying on there very well. It's not coming off, it's not loose, it doesn't wiggle. But when you go to snap this back piece on, it's not really wanting to stay all that well. So you can see it's on there and it's staying. And again, this could just be the version of it I have, but if you just tap it a little bit, it wants to come off a little too easy. So you just have to be careful of that and be conscious of that if you're gonna purchase one of these guys. Understand the kind of accessory he comes with. But oops. All right, guys, let's see here. See if we can't get it back on there just for looks. All right. Alright guys, there he is from your 3 3/4 inch Black Series line. This is Captain Cassian Andor from Rogue One. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the content, and if you are, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have your support. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.